Hello, everyone. We are live with a replay. All right, this is a week 6 game from season 14 of the TTS League, and we've got Isaac versus TGlord. I gotta fix the volume on this recording. The computer that I use to record these games isn't recording the dice, and that's like a bummer. Anyway, Isaac is rolling. What's Isaac? Oh, I can fix that. I know how to fix that. I'll fix that. So Isaac's playing Spider Foes, of course, and yeah, that's right. Good call. Lord versus Lord. Isaac is playing Spider Foes. It's his main thing. It's why we love him so much. Isaac represents the foes well. He's a great player. Let's see what he's bringing. He's bringing Goblin, Mysterio, Sandman, Rhino, Black Panther. And he's got custom upgrades, exceptional, robbery, surprise, web patch up. Versus TGlord, rocking Inhumans. He's bringing Black Bolt, Crystal, Quicksilver, and he's got Rhino and Sabretooth. All right, Rhino. I wonder, like, he seems to be pretty popular these days. I can't imagine why. I think people just like him thematically. All right, sacrifice, brace for impact. Can I borrow that? This is a robbery, exceptional healing. And so we've got basic. I like TGlord's list here. He's got his slowest character is Black Bolt, and all of his other characters are either have long moves or can basically go everywhere they want on the board. Apex has got that pounce that'll help him be more efficient. And Isaac on the other side has got a Sandman and Mysterio, who are both short movers. Rhino is a short mover too, I guess, but we all know. And interesting. I heard a Huggy Bear who attended Swedish Wind over the last weekend talk about how deceptively fast Sandman is. So I'm wondering if we're going to be able to see him rotate. And I've also watched him in person at an event I attended where the Sandman basically owned an entire like a D flank secure against an X-Men team and just like dominated that side of the board because of the all of the attacks, right? If you got your 2 grunts plus Sandman, you're rolling 6 attacks. That's kind of freaking nutty. Okay. So let's see what he does about that. Let's see what he does. He's a very cool model. Like it's crazy. Like we got a 3D model in the game already of Sandman. He just came out like how long ago was it? It must have been I don't know. When does how long did he come out? Has this like been 3 weeks or something? All right. Anyway, he's like very recent, obviously. So very cool to see the 3D model of Sandman out already. He only spawns with one of his 2 grunts, which is a kind of sad, but that's yeah, it's kind of a bummer, but it is what it is. That's the rules of the game. The core rules were not adjusted for Sandman, and we've got so Sandman and Goblin on this bottom flank from Isaac, Black Panther in the middle to rotate to either side. It looks like, and yeah, the 2 life payment. Yeah, exactly. So Sandman having to pay 2 life to get the grunts out. He has exceptional, he has healing factor. So there's like a little bit of it's it's interesting. All right, so we've got Quicksilver on the middle flank here to rotate. On either side, Crystal on the flank with Sandman. I like that. I like that pick there because she's got that area attack. So I feel like Crystal set up really well to just actually like punch some serious work into Sandman's characters. Some little cool little bonus points here for Crystal. Of course, if Isaac puts out all 3 grunts and they're all like within the one of the scenario, and then Crystal's within one of all of them, she can do her area attack, and she can use re-rolls to only make sure she only does 1 damage to each grunt, and then she gets to do the area attack again, and just like basically like what I'm saying is like she can get like a ton of power generation on purpose through re-rolls, and then be able to I don't know what you do with the power. You give it to other people, but like she doesn't spend power very well. Or well, either way. All right, I'm saying dumb things. Okay. So, yeah, Rhino with Crystal here to counter Sandman. Rhino on the other side with Isaac to counter that. Crystal can give power to Rhino here. Yeah, that's Rhino on Rhino action. I know it's like he's kind of popular for some weird reason. I haven't put it together yet, but apparently He's he's above the curve. That's what I've heard other people say. I don't know. I haven't experienced it myself before. Okay, let's see where Black Bolt is going to go. I've played Black Bolt on Extremis before. He moved like 4 times in the first 2 rounds. It was unpleasant, but once he actually was able to just stand still and not have to play chase around freaking other people, that it started doing work. So that's what's cool. So let's see what happens here. Some say the tactic card is good, but I don't believe it. Yeah, yeah, I know, right? Yeah, on paper it sounds good, but we have to get it on the table to see how if it's actually as good as it reads. But both players brought it, so it'll be interesting to see if it has any sort of VP impact on the game. I don't know if Rhino has enough power generation to be able to play his card, right? Who knows? It is only 2 power, so you never know. I wonder why. I wonder if that's why Medusa has hop has the hop to be able to get Black Bolt in option. Yeah, yeah, action. Yeah, it definitely can help. The Medusa can help Black Bolt get around. It's a great combo for sure. Medusa's so fun to play. All right. So it looks like Isaac won priority based on the movement tools and everything going out here. Okay. Yeah, yeah. That's right. I know it is interesting to think about like why the designers built them in certain ways. Like who gave Zemo a long move on the OG Zemo? Like who's like, this guy is faster than Iron Man. Um, man, genius. If a strategic genius, I would say. All right. So Black Panther on Isaac's side has moved up to grab the. He's grabbing the virus in the middle. I think that's a great play. There's not a lot of board threat from TGlord in the middle, and Black Panther looks to be in cover with a size 2 crate. Oh, sorry, that's a size 3 crate. And so he's got cover and counting blanks. I don't think he's going to be taking much damage and anytime soon. Interesting that Crystal grabbed this piece. I I have no comment on that. I think that like Rhino grabbing it is actually not. I don't think it's that bad. Maybe I think the thinking here is that Rhino will be able to attack anyone who goes on the midline. If you do any damage to Crystal, you can give Rhino more power. What else is there? There's like, you wouldn't want your Rhino to. I don't know what Sandman, if Sandman has like the threat range to be able to just move and attack. Um, you wouldn't want Rhino to daze turn 1 is basically what I'm thinking here. He's too valuable of a scoring piece. You have sacrifice. You could Crystal has sacrifice available to her if she takes a point of damage. Anyway, good thing we don't see long move chargers anymore. Yeah, that's right. They learned their lesson with Zemo and haven't released any long moving chargers in the last 5 years, I believe. So that's good. I agree, Deaton. They definitely saw how impactful that can be to the board game, to the game, and made the right decision not to release any more. Okay, range 5 attackers with the ability to move other characters. Sam? Oh crap! Yeah, crap. Damn it. Yeah, that's an excuse. That's sarcasm. It's sarcasm. We're getting the launch of Namor is impending, and he is the fastest. He's a medium-based long mover, so fastest move action in the game, and he's got a charge. So, yeah. All right, yeah. So Namor is impending. He's gonna come out in like what, a month, I think. Sam, I forgot about Sam. Dang, you ruined my joke. Okay. Thor and Angela kind of smushed together. Yeah. I had lots of things smushed together. 5 threat Zemo. He's got attributes from everywhere, right? He's got like the Zemo thing going on, of course. He's got the Angela safe grab, Thor charge. He's got this Zemo strategic genius. He's got like the Spider Woman, Miles Morales, Venom Blast, advance on his builder like Captain Marvel #2, of course. Actually, no. It's like, is it an auto advance? It's like Shadowlands Daredevil's Pursuit. I don't know, whatever. He's just got a bunch of things that have already existed before and a few things that are slightly the damage reduction mitigation is, I think, the only new thing, new tech or new factor. Yeah, this is only safe space to complain about other characters. Yeah, yeah, that's right. That's right. Just don't worry. If you've got a hot take, I've got an even hotter one. So anyone here can say whatever they want, and I will top it. Okay. All right. So Mysterio on Isaac's side has moved to the D shape. We saw Isaac play Mysterio on a D shape last season, and he actually won the game. It was like I was like immediately saw what Mysterio's position was, and was like, our Mysterio on a D shape, and I was like, this seems horrible. And Isaac was able to clutch it out. So we're gonna see if Mysterio is actually a D-shaped specialist here, like a lot of people, a lot of people. No one is a believer except Isaac apparently. So Isaac is a believer with Mysterio. I think he like ride or dies Mysterio as much as possible, which is cool. Mysterio is has a very cool kit. All right. I wonder how much farther up Rhino's going to go. Looks like he's going to go as far up as possible for TGlord. TGlord and Isaac have both made cuts before. I think TGlord's made cuts twice. So these players are both have both experienced going 5-1 in the Swiss brackets. They're both 4-1 now. So that means that one of them is unfortunately not going to make it. I would love to see the other player, whoever it is, ends up playing in second chance. Of course, they'd be obviously they'd be one of the ones that are more favored to win if they've already proven themselves in the past. All right. Yes, that's right. Isaac is loving the short movers on the D shape, but he's got the extract advantage, right? So that's like one thing that will help him in the overall, is just like, he's, as long as he can hold on to those pieces. He didn't bring mission objective, which was like a key piece to his defensive maneuvering when I watched him win with a Mysterio last season. But so are they both vulnerable to a Rhino play? Looks like they are. Double downwind, and humans are pretty flexible and can play both, just not necessarily the best at either. Yes. This is a nice map. I agree. I think it's pretty cool. My wife actually works for Malwart. Fun fact. I don't know if anyone knew that, but yes. Yes, it is Schmid's map. Yes, it's Schmid, I was thinking of you on my drive to work today. I don't know if anyone is like my age and like can relate to this at all. But this is weird. I'm like saying how weird I am. But there's this nursery rhymes jingle that goes like John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt. His name is my name too. And I was so yeah, I was listening to that song because I remembered it from my childhood on the way to work. That's pretty funny. So anyway, yeah. So Schmidt, I was thinking of you this morning when I was when that nursery rhyme came into my head. Whenever we go out, the people always shout, "There goes John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt." Da 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 da. All right, listen to my out of tune singing. No more of that. She works as a spokesperson. Nah, she's in marketing. She works in the marketing department for Malwart. I like that you think about me. Ah, man. All right, yeah, okay. Internal Boombox plays all the best childhood songs. Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right, so we've got Apex moves. So he got 2 power from Black Bolts over the course of the first 3 activations. and then he double walked. He moved Apex Predator twice to get on the point, and then paid all 3 power that Apex had to displace Mysterio off the point, which is interesting because I think Mysterio can get back on the point if he is able to do his maneuvering, but he would have to attack into Apex, which is not the best situation unless like you can really bring him down. All right, she works as a spokesperson. That's a joke about for a while. She wanted to get on as a Kofor. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We actually, so I actually here now that you like you've got a few people in chat that may respond to this. Uh, there was a video idea where Ashley would basically interview me as a player of basically it'd be like a conversation slash interview of like explaining what I do as in the hobby, and basically it was an excuse for her to just like mock everybody in the hobby, but obviously it's targeted at me. But of course, like a little bit of self-deprecation, but I'm taking the entire hobby down with me kind of vibe. We haven't done it, but yeah, 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 exactly, exactly. It would have been funny. I don't know, like it's a concept idea, so um, I don't know. If you guys think it's that there's potential there, if there's potential there, we might go for it. But also, there's like this whole thing where it's like it feels like incredibly narcissistic to do that. Like I don't know. I'm like I have a lot of self doubt right now. Okay, my win rate is like at 40%, so I'm questioning everything. but but yeah, is it like I'm like even that's like man, it's like I have my freaking my face on these videos. Is that like narcissistic or like I don't know? Am I like I've got a lot of issues to figure out. Yeah, let's go, baby timelines. All right, that's good. That's good. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's right. The premier player here, and also because they didn't do the UK Expo timelines, just makes myself that much better as the only timelines champion. Yeah, that's so stupid. All right, okay, all right, that's so stupid. All right, I can already feel the ego just like expanding in my body. All right, no more of that crap. Uh, yeah, 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 exactly. Yes, yes. Yeah, I mean, like, of course, of course. Okay, pumpkin bombs. All right, yeah, yeah. All right, back on track here. So we threw a pump. We got a goblin throwing a pumpkin bomb. He gains 2 power because he did 2 damage to Crystal. So that's a pretty good start. No wild, so no conditions. Now we've got just Sandman left to go on Isaac's side, but we've got Black Bolt looking to go here and win. He's looking to win the top secure by double moving. Looks like he's got tons of room. Quicksilver, I guess, is just going to stand on the back point. So something interesting here with Quicksilver, he's got Can I Borrow That? It would cost him 2 power, and he plays it after the attack is resolved, meaning he can use the power he gained to spend the card and steal an asset. So this means that, and on top of that, Quicksilver it has 2 power he can pay. I think it's 2 power. Um, it's 3 power. Okay, so he'll need to pay 3 power to do like the long. He gets like a free long move. So Quicksilver can rotate to wherever the viruses are on Isaac's side and like just start rolling dice to hope he gets like a few good hits and therefore is able to steal the asset from Isaac, swapping the chase game. Like TGlord's brought 2 steals here in this list, whereas Isaac only has 1. So let's see how that goes. Black Bolt is opting to do an attack into Rhino instead. Oh my, look at that roll. Oh, good roll from Rhino. Looks like he's rolling into Rhino instead of getting on the points. So, I mean, it's reasonable. Like 1 VP or like the potential of hitting a huge upside here of like 3 to 4 damage on Rhino. It seems like very strong. And there it goes. You can see the damage conversion. We've got 7 with a pierce into 3. That would be whoa, why didn't the pierce go through? 7 into 3 is 4. 7 into 2, but then it's 2, so 5. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, there it is. The math checks out. So, yes, man, dude, I'll take 4 damage on Rhino round 1 over winning 1 VP when you're already winning the lower, then losing a VP potential when you're already winning on the bottom secure over here. And Isaac also sacrificed his home point. So definitely TGlord making the right call here, where he's giving himself the opportunity to punish Rhino. I mean, can Sandman move up and attack his Rhino? GG can now trick or treat since some madman had this map have a million terrain features. I know, dude. You went crazy with the terrain here. So, um, yeah. So here we go. He spent 2 damage to get a second grunt. Now he's moving the other grunt. I wonder what the thinking is here with the grunts. Um, but you have to put them within range 3 of Sandman, right? Or else they just like disappear. Oh man, can Sandman get to the point? He looks like it, right? Medium base plus, yeah, lots of room. All right. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, sweet. There's the Isaac check right there to make sure they're within 3 so they don't die. Isaac scores 3 VPs, and we've got Quicksilver to go. If he stands on that secure, TGlord will also score 3 VPs. Thematic, yeah, yeah. I know it definitely can feel pretty crappy when you're Sandman, like when you have to keep your Sandman pieces within within 3 of Sandman. Maybe what we're gonna see is we might see next turn the hand. I guess the twisty and fisty, yeah. The hand sand. So stupid. The sand hand, I guess, is what I should call it. We're gonna see the sand hand move up to max range 3 of Sandman, and then hit the teleport. Or he needs 3 power to do that. Oh, that's man. I have not played against Sandman or played him, so I'm still learning the rules right along with him. Looks like Quicksilver has moved within 3 of Black Bolt, and now he got a power. What is happening? What exactly happening here? He is fun, but not amazing. Yeah, I can see that. Okay. So there we go, 3-3. We got a range 3 on Quicksilver. I thought for sure he'd give Black Bolt would give a power to Quicksilver. Because then Quicksilver could get a free long move with his superpower. But he didn't do that. So I'm interested to see if like that is done later on or not, or just keep Quicksilver on the back point. Hmm. Oh man, it's tough because like you don't want to go with Rhino, or like normally you'd not want to go with Rhino on top of 2, but he's already taken. He can like he's like 1 shot away from Black Bolt, from just destroying him. So you're kind of stuck in a spot that Rhino has to activate early, and he's like, uh, oh, I don't. I'm not. It's just kind of. It's just a bummer that you have to do that because like he's just rolling 12 dice and he gets a terrain throw, of course. But so 12 dice and a terrain throw is respectable, but it's not like. It's not amazing. I guess it could completely fall apart, and then also you doing that in all likelihood puts you within range 1 of an enemy who then gets to attack you twice. Like you basically activating Rhino early means that he's just going to take every single possible attack into him, and damage reduction can only help so much, right? He's a 4 damage attack away from dying right now, and that's just no one would be surprised to see him just go down in 1 action. He's looking at a potential steal on Crystal, and of course, I think like everyone can see the situation is suboptimal because the other Rhino is right there as well. So TGlord had a good. I don't know if he like thought about this beforehand, but his Rhino being right beside his extract carrier is pretty cool. Like it's pretty good deterrent from trying to just take that extract off of Crystal. Hmm. Should his Black Panther have grabbed the piece where Rhino was? Maybe. I don't know, it's tough. Panther, okay. So I guess you just put attacks into Black Bolt. I don't know, maybe you just you attack Black Bolt a couple times and then you throw a size 3 terrain into him. How does Sabretooth have 2 power? That's because I thought he spent. Black Bolt must have given Sabretooth a power from Inhumans leadership at the end of round 1. All right. Well, anyway, while Isaac is thinking here about what to do, I can mention that, as I've mentioned this in multiple videos, but I am hosting a meta versus meta battle between the Montreal Shark Tank and the Pork Roll Protocol. So Montreal Shark Tank in Canada and Pork Roll Protocol is from New Jersey and surrounding area. They're bringing 5 of their strong players into the matches. We're playing this. It's an online battle, WTC style pairings. So it's gonna be like it's gonna. If you don't know how the WTC style pairings work, you're gonna be able to catch that in a feature video in an upcoming video this weekend. And yeah, and how do they come up with the pork roll name? I think it's just because like pork rolls are a New Jersey thing, and it was just obviously it just comes off the tongue. It like rolls off the tongue pretty smoothly. I think is like the 2 qualifying factors. But yeah, so if you're interested to see how that pairing kind of thing works, they're both going to be they're going to be doing that. It's cool too because as for the players participating, most of them or the majority of them are actually also going to WTC. So for the players' experience, they get to get some practice reps in at the slightly lower power level because you have to share characters across 5 players, and they get some WTC style reps where the games kind of matter. I'm saying that in quotes because they only matter as much as weight as you put into them. I guess like everything everyone ever does ever. So that's kind of a dumb thing to say. They get this cool little trophy that is going to be blurry because I don't know how cameras work, and oh, maybe you can. There we go. It looks pretty good. And I made this thing, so they're gonna get it. So it's basically like cool little bragging rights they can put in their store, and it's gonna be on timed clocks too. So there's gonna be a little bit of pressure on the time, and whoever wins the 2 of the 3 rounds wins the event. They're playing the games throughout the week, right? So it'll work with people's schedules. It makes it easy on the players. I'm showing that. Why is it funny for me to show this trophy? I don't understand the joke. Is everyone laughing at me? Am I the joke? No. Um, but okay. So anyway, yes, it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to get people from their communities, either players that are participating or maybe just like people that are locals of each to join on commentary, so we can really showcase the 2 cool metas that are involved in the thing. The blurriness. Okay, yeah. That's right. So, yes. So that's gonna be a lot of fun. We're gonna start. That's starting next week. Where they're gonna do the pairings live at ACO. We're gonna somehow jank it together, where Mike and Vodka Blitz are going to get their pairings done. All right. So anyway, we're gonna get that video out over the weekend sometime, but it's gonna be a lot of fun. Then, yeah, next week is when we start. We start running through those games. So it's very close. I have videos on my YouTube about the about the roster reveals and the announcements. You can check those out for more information. Now I got to catch up in this game here. Rhino. So who went here? Mysterio went, and Mysterio. I don't know. Frick. All right. Was anyone watching the game? Okay. Either way, I know what's happened next, and that is Black Bolt did a spender into into Rhino. He placed himself within one of Rhino because that's what the spender does, and then he attacked into Mysterio, paying power to reduce his shields and just one-shot Mysterio. One person has a bat, the other has a racket. Yeah, yeah. All right, hold on. Let's see here. I want it to be made from 2 trophies from his kid's trophy and just clean on a box. Yeah, dude. They look like it. It looks like that's what I've done. But yeah. So, all right. So Isaac just got kind of crushed by Black Bolt on that top side. That's pretty rough. He's gonna need to clap back pretty hard next round if he wants to get back in it on that top side. Mysterio attacked and failed, and then it looked like Black Bolt just blasted Rhino and Mysterio. Yeah, so Mysterio must have tried to attack Sabretooth to get into the action and just whiffed his attacks. That's why Mysterio. Okay, either way, that's why he's got Isaac has no activated characters, or anyway, or no characters that have activated and are not dazed. So now Isaac is going with Green Goblin. I think he's paid for the hit and run. That's what we're seeing. He's deciding what to do with that. Man. Black Bolt's kind of sick, isn't he? 7 dice and a reroll. If you do damage, you get to throw the size 4 character. If you get a guaranteed place on them. Do you move Goblin to the back point? I mean, I think you need to kind of. I think you're in a spot where you need to. Isaac's not in a great spot. I don't think. Like just losing those 2 characters. God, that's hard. I would have. I don't know, man. It was a tough spot to be in, taking that much damage on Rhino immediately. All right. Anyway, I think you want to be aggressive here with foes. You can like kind of big flip the script with custom upgrades and surprise webhead. So I think you want to aim to do that next round, or like if when the opportunity comes up, maybe next round, I guess. With all right. So we're having a sacrifice play into Rhino. Very good play from TGlord. It's gonna basically turn on all of Rhino's kit. He's gonna get basically a free short aggressive toward if he takes the damage here, and of course he has damage reduction, so it's not like he's gonna be dying, right? So Rhino getting his kit online. That's what sacrifice is good with Rhino for that reason. But other than that, he's a pretty mediocre character, so I can understand why he brought sacrifice to enable Rhino. He really needs that to get him to be like more of a B or maybe a tier character. All right. A minus. A minus probably is where I'd put Rhino. Okay. We see him in every game, so he must be competent at some level. All right. So that is Goblin's 2 attacks. He did a move and hit run into Rhino. He took 2 damage on Rhino and Incinerate. That's you need to set Rhino up to be dazed here. So that's progress. Ooh. Oh, that's good. Interesting. Yeah, you should have. Can he blow up size 4s on Goblin? Um, I would have loved to see that. Would have loved to see that blowing up the size 4, 3 or less. Okay, yeah. So then you play it now. You play it now because then it gives Panther the ability to get. Ooh, this is tough. This is tough. This is tough because like, Rhino's of course gonna steal that piece from Black Panther, and Black Panther's gonna be thrown. Which is gonna be hard for Black Panther to get back into it if he is behind a size 3, right? It'll force him to have to jank around it. Ooh, okay, so if he does the Stampede, he's down to 2 power. So that means that he'll have to attack Panther for more damage in order to trigger the, what am I trying to say? In order to pay for robbery and pick up the virus. I assume the other one he's next to is a size 2 or 3. So the blues are size 2s, and the red is size 3, is how I believe it to be. Alright. Rhino definitely does not get within 1 of Panther, but you had to attack him anyway. You just... Oh yeah, hold on. Okay. Alright, so then we have... Now, okay, big attack from Rhino. And Panther blocks 3, so 2 damage into Black Panther. But that's enough. Now you can pay for... you can now pay for robbery. So you're going to place before damage. I'd hit the trick or treat here for sure. Because I'd hit the trick or treat at least, because now if you brace this, oh no, hold on, fuck, no, never mind. I was gonna say if you brace this, you don't have enough power, but you do. So goddamn, I would have freaking, I don't know. Yeah, there he goes. He played it. All right, good, good, good. It was the right decision, but so now Rhino is susceptible to damage to get him. He still has brace online though, so he's holding brace, which is smart with lots of terrain throws left to go in the game. All right, man. Good luck, Patrick. Yeah. Ashley told me that this is exactly what a mall warehouse looks like. So Schmid really nailed the accuracy here when he built this map. It's like dead on, is what she said. Oh, there's no brace on Isaac's side. Yeah, that's right. That's a good call there. That's very interesting. I've played I've played a roster with no brace. I lost both the games I did that. Okay, so I'm never doing that again. All right. Not unless big thing. Not unless of course there's like major overhaul to like to how to how the mechanics of the core game work. All right, because that was brutal. Okay, there we go. TGlord basically got everything he wanted out of that situation. He got to heal on Rhino, and Quicksilver's probably just going to heal him again. Will Sandman double walk a model and teleport and then hit Rhino a couple times? He has... Oh, wait. Oh, fuck. God, look at me. Like, not showing my inexperience with the model. Sandman needs 3 power. Had some spices in Diane. I don't know what that means. Okay, alright, okay. Alright, so yes, so Sandman can't teleport. He's stuck there for until round 3. That's just like, oof, that hurts like my... Oh, gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. Nice, nice, very cool. In in Diane. Oh my, do you like use Oh my gosh. Who's Diane? It's like autocorrecting. Schmidt's got a... Is that your wife's name? God. Oh man. Nice, dude. Yeah, I had some Indian food. What did I have? I had when did I have it? I had it last week. Last week. Oh yeah, iPad. Yeah, cool, cool. I had lamb vindaloo with of course garlic naan and rice, and I bought some samosas. Okay. Okay. Okay, all right. I've permitted the use of fuck this thing on my chat, so don't over abuse it. Okay. Yeah, man. I love Indian food. I get it every other week. Made me think of you. That's cool. That's cool, dude. Hey, it made me think of you. That's pretty funny that you get Indian food and think of me. All right, so look at that. Look at us, just broing it out, thinking of each other. It's interesting, Schmid. You're a pretty bold guy, making staking claims and things, and then delivering or trying, at least attempting to. In this case, I remember at the beginning of this TTS season, you called your shot in the West bracket and said, "I joined this bracket because I've heard it's the easiest one to make cuts in," and I mean, man, you did it. You definitely did it. So, congrats on winning the West bracket. Right. Pretty funny. Pretty funny. All right. Well, let's see. Let's see what happens. I don't think we've ever had a West bracket winner. The closest we've had is a finalist in Leaf, making it to the Leaf made it to the finals in season 11, and was unsuccessful. Actually, he made it to the finals in season 9 too. And Leaf's a very strong player, of course. So yeah, man, they tried to stop you. Yeah, I love it, dude. I love it. It's like a dude. There's like a war waging behind the scenes between Schmidt and all the TOs. Sometimes he's having to even do their dirty work for them because they're not hustling enough on the bracket management. I see Schmidt's keeping the TOs honest is what's happening here. He's like he's calling he's anyway, whatever. All right, we've got Sandman. Ooh, we have a surprise web head into Rhino here. So he paid for it. Who paid for it? Oh crap, I lost the chat. Sandman and Green Goblin paid it on Rhino. Oh, big roll for Isaac here. He gets 4 power, or 4 damage and 1 block. So that's converts to 2 damage on Rhino. So I think that puts him at 1 health. Oh no, he healed from the extremist earlier, so he has at 2 health left. What am I missing? Oh, he had to do a leadership reroll, it looks like, and he rerolled into nothing, and that's what made it into 3 damage again. So he puts him at 1 health. Oh yeah, Sandman gets the auto push on the if he does damage. So yeah, this I think that's what I'm seeing. I've only read Sandman's card once, and then I was like, all right, time to move on. But okay, but I think that's what just happened there. So now Goblin is going into Rhino. So there we go. I like what Isaac did there. He had to play a card to get his piece back, uh, but that's still hold on. I spoke too soon. Rhino just rolled 3 crits. Okay, there he goes. He goes down. All right, and oh man, the only tough spot. Oh, this is not. I'm seeing the math now. The math is not mathing really good. Um, how come Sandman doesn't have power? He must have done something different. But dude, Quicksilver is just gonna scoop that thing up, which is unfortunate for Isaac, of course. Like, TGlord's gonna score a 3rd virus here with Quicksilver. I'm sure of it. Crystal, you just like, what do you do here? Okay, the grunt dies. But don't you do a builder? You don't do a. He didn't do a builder with that attack, or what? I'm just like confused. I guess like the beam. Oh, okay, so he did the beam. So the beam gives the push, and but then the builder doesn't have the push on it. Okay, all right, cool. Yes, thank you very much, TGlord. TGlord, you also you're a second chance winner this season, right? Like you had already qualified. I think I remember seeing you qualified in the East bracket that you played in. So I believe that was the case because I think yeah, and so that's pretty good. Yes, yes, I was correct in remembering that. Man, all right, this must have been a fun Swiss round for you because you had very little pressure going on. And now on top of this, you might have put yourself in a position, or if you're able to win this game, you're able to put yourself in a position where you might not be at the bottom of the bracket that all second chance players are forced to be at, and might not have to play. You might advance automatically to 32 if you end up winning this game. So I'm just here to ruin other people's day. So, well, you've failed. All right, you've made my day by showing up. So thank you very much. Yes. Oh, you played different. That's what. That's awesome. That's what I did. A couple seasons ago. I tried to do it this season, and it didn't work. I got shut down on round 5. Anyway, yeah, that's pretty cool. No pressure. No pressure on your matches. Got to represent the Montreal. Montreal. So there we go. You're doing it. And Canada, I guess I gotta say too. I mean, as a whole, I'll take credit if you win the league. I will take credit as a fellow Canadian. I'll say yeah, he's whatever. No, stupid. Okay. Yeah. No. All right. Let's see what happens here. Quicksilver just did a move and he grabbed the virus and he's moving again. Yeah. He's TGlord's got 3 viruses here, so he's in a very strong position. I wonder what position Panther is going to be in, but he might pass here. Crystal has the opportunity to put attacks into Goblin, which is also very strong. TGlord's just like, I mean, I don't know what to say here. Than TGlord's in a very very strong position, and we're gonna need to see Isaac have a big swing turn next round. He's gonna have to get a couple of double dazes or a key KO or well, anyway. Magic Deck will find a way to take some credit for that. Whatever. Everyone will take credit. I've talked to TGlord once in a one time before, so obviously he learned a lot from that one conversation I had with him, and and it's only because of that conversation that he was able to win the TTS league. That's what people will be saying. Yeah. So, all right. Also, apparently there's a heavy favor. There's a lot of people that are vocal about locked rosters versus unlocked rosters. A lot of people want to play in locked rosters, which will be very fun to see come back. I think that uh, we're gonna find out if people are looking back at that at season 11, season 10 and earlier, if it's going to be a rose tinted glasses situation, and think everyone might be thinking, "Oh, it was so much better back then." And then they might play it and be like, "Oh, no it wasn't. It was miserable." Or we're going to play it again, or like the players, I'm not in it, and they're going to be like, "Wow, this is so much better than unlocked rosters. Let's just do this for the future." I am coming up in that conversation. What conversation? I mean, I'm not part of this conversation, so I don't know. I've just heard other people talking about this, so um, it doesn't matter. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Either way, the players who want to win will put in the work. I mean, like, does it matter? Basically saying Lucas is don't practice someone 100 times. Dude, I disagree. I think that dude, Geisman, he's just made it in the league, dude. He plays like 4 games a day. All right, I would not be surprised that someone unexpected makes a run into the a deep run into the league, and basically they just grinded the shit out of the game. They played the most broken shit, maybe stuff that 2 of the players in this 2-person game we're currently streaming are playing. I'm just guessing. I'm just guessing, and they might play that character, and they might just like grind the shit out of their games and know exactly what to do on opening deployment, and then and that carries them. You want locked rosters, yeah, yeah. The players, the players who want to win are gonna find a way to do it. All right, and of course, luck might stop them, but I'm betting on the correlation between how far people get in the game, how far people get in the event and how much effort they put into their list and preparation into each week is going to be a pretty healthy correlation. That's my guess. I'd rather than teching, yeah, yeah. I get that. I think they're just two different things, dude. I would freaking if I was in there, I'd be playing the game, dude. I've said this before. I thought it was pretty. All right, hold on. I gotta recap this game for people who are just like listening to the game log here. So this is still round two. We had Crystal must. Oh no. So Isaac just went with Black Panther, and he put him on the point. Looks like that's the only thing that's happened actually is like a double move from Black Panther and a pounce. Okay, so that's the recap. Looks like Crystal still has to go, and Sabretooth still has to go. So no other changes from TGlord. I'm surprised Isaac went with Black Panther before Crystal activated, unless activation tokens haven't been placed properly. But anyway, Schmid, back to the conversation at hand. But yeah, basically, there's gonna be players that are hungry. There's a lot of new players that are look. It looks to be new, and when I say new, I mean they haven't played in elimination cuts before online. And when you're new and you want to make a name for yourself or whatever corny way you want to put it, uh, you're going to put in a ton of effort to win your games, or at least that's what I was doing. I was putting a lot of effort in until I got to a point where I was happy with, and then I coasted. The So yeah, I would not be surprised to see someone like Geisman. I think he said he's been playing for like 6 months. Um, but he grinds. I would not be surprised to see someone like him make it far because they make sure their turn one is just absolute fire. Anyway, I can't wait to see what the vote results are. The last time I made it into the league and there was a vote, which I believe was season 10, uh, I voted for unlocked rosters. Everyone else voted for locked rosters, and I lost in the finals. So I made a pretty deep run. So whatever. Interesting. Okay, so looks like Crystal's hitting the beam here. She's trying to get Sandman, and gonna put. I don't think she has range. I'd have to see Sandman glow up green, but Crystal's now doing the beam into Goblin. So this is the energy attack with a wild incinerate. No incineration. She's got a reroll though, but it didn't do anything. And so it's 4 dice with a reroll, pretty decent. It's when you get those area attacks that Crystal has. She's got a range 1 area attack with 5 dice and a reroll. It's like when you think about it, it's like holy hell, that is insane output. Like you're rolling if you get 3 characters in that area attack, you're rolling 15 dice with 3 rerolls. God damn, she can put out work. Imagine doing that twice, 30 dice. Woo! Plus 6 rerolls. Okay, all right. That would be a lot of output. Um, damn, that's pretty fun. Okay, so Crystal is doing another beam, I think, here. She's done. Okay, she's done. So that must have been her attacks over. So now we're in a spot now where Apex gets to go. He can just rotate because Black Bolt is already on that point and winning it on the north side. So I would imagine we're gonna see Apex Predator like double move or something to have we're gonna see TGlord win 6 points here, which is really big. All right, that's a size 3, so he's gonna have to climb over that. Oh, hold on. Oh, Apex is a size 3. He's just on a small base. I forgot about that. Yeah, yeah. So he just walk right over size 3s. There he goes. Very reasonable. Yeah, Isaac is in a hole, of course. I think I've already said that. He's got to do some work. He's TGlord is doing a good job of checking the threat ranges of his opponent, making sure he is outside of Sandman's range 3 beam. And there we go. That's incredible scoring round for TGlord. Let's get some. A clap back here. All right. So he's looking to play custom upgrades potentially. This is the Blind Obsession, the new Blind Obsession card. It's basically, I think the wording is like identical. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I don't know if the wording is identical. I just said that just to say it. I've never checked, so I have no idea, but it probably is. All right, exact. Are you saying okay? Yeah, whatever. Okay. It costs 2 power to play, I believe. This feels good for TGlord, and judging by him being on chat, it's usually a sign they win. I mean, yes, there's a very strong likelihood. We're here to reflect on the games for sure. That's the number one thing here. Is on the pre-tapes, we wanna look to see what decisions the players made in the moment and reflect on those. See, I need to. That's how I've never watched a game where I've lost. I've only reflected on it after the game and been like, what did I do wrong that was obvious post game, or what mistakes I made post game, or talk to people about my game. But I have like got this really big problem where I can't watch myself lose games. Yeah, yeah. So I've never watched myself lose games, man. It's a big weakness of mine that I need to force myself to overcome. So yes, anyone who watches the games that they've lost and they reflect on them directly, um, is I am I respect, because I freaking can't do it. It hurts my ego too bad. I've got this like weird problem where I've got this weird problem where I'm just like not mentally healthy. Okay, all right, all right. All right, so we're seeing a robbery on Black Bolt here. And now Black Bolt is getting tossed. It looks like Isaac is going for a a rotation on Black Bolt. This is going to. I think the thinking here is he's going to have Mysterio with his. He's going to try to have Mysterio win that spot. He didn't play custom upgrades, which is pretty interesting. So he'll probably maybe look to play it next round. All right, Rhino moving twice. The only challenge here, the only challenge is, of course, your if you were losing on attrition and you have priority and you take the action to rotate. I don't know, like, is that, I don't know if that's like always the best decision. Maybe I would have, like, would I should I have focused on beating up Black Bolt instead of hmm, it's tricky. I don't know what I would have done. It's basically, I think a decision just has to be made. You basically I think every player, every good player, like, knows that it's like I either have to commit to killing Black Bolt here, or I have to do no damage and rotate. And Isaac made that decision. Maybe it was the right decision. I'm not really sure exactly. What is that, Liam? All right. So TGlord just needs to keep the gas on. He's got Quicksilver. Oh man. So Quicksilver. So he just gave a power from from Crystal. Wow, from Crystal to Quicksilver. I think what he's setting up here is he's setting up a Quicksilver Steel to get two Legacy viruses on the same character. If he is able to be successful, like, he just basically needs to do or he just needs to do some damage to Rhino to be able to get it. The cool thing about Quicksilver's Steel card is the asset doesn't drop, and then he has to pick it up. It just transfers directly to Quicksilver, which is important because then you don't have to pay that extra power to pick up a an additional virus, because of course on the viruses, for each virus you're already holding, you have to spend a power per virus before you pick up the virus on the ground. So you get to skip that because the can I borrow that card just completely just transfers the asset from the the enemy character onto your Quicksilver. So pretty handy dandy, maybe. Okay. Oh yeah, yeah. Yes, yes, yes. Completely. Yes, you're absolutely right. The lines that I was imagining are all in my head. Um, yes, they're imaginary lines that I was just making up. Okay. Yes. Yes. That you can't speedster is the name of the superpower. Yes, you can't speedster when you're holding a legacy virus or asset to begin with. All right, good call. Oh man, I think I'm good at this game, and then chat reminds me. Okay, all right. So let's see what do we see here? We had Crystal go rotate. I like that. It makes a lot of sense because your asset carrier is semi fragile, and this prevents her from getting attacked twice by any single character, I believe. Yes, that is accurate to say. So TGlord, Isaac has to go now. Sucklord has to go now. And let's see, what does he do? He's um man, it's tough, man. It's tough. Quicksilver's such a puzzle for your opponent, right? Because if I think, oh, I'll just go with Black Panther here, and I'll attack into Quicksilver. Yeah, if you do one damage to him, try to attack him again and see what happens. He'll just freaking zip away, and then Black Panther would have to maybe potentially get off of the point in order to attack Quicksilver, scoring Isaac 0 VPs this round, which is obviously not a good spot to be when you're losing. So Goblin is looks like he's measuring the range 4 here, so that basically just making sure that Quicksilver can't get out of the way. I think this is probably the better one of the better options, maybe. He can't get away, and also Goblin can hit and run, which would put him in a good spot to be able to pick up the asset if he gets lucky, if he gets a good roll. So here we go. Looks like, ooh man, Isaac rolls very well, and he has no pierce with this. It's like an incinerator, bleed, or poison on the wilds. So wow, he made him re-roll that, and he takes it all. He gets one shot. Oh man, that was a big hit. Okay, man. Yeah, catch you later, dude. TGlord. Uh, all right. So yeah, that was a huge hit on Quicksilver. Wow, what a nice play. A good Isaac needed that one shot there. Let's see what he does. He has a hit and run. So he's going to now pick up the piece, and now he's got another attack action. Rhino's already got all the power he needs on TGlord's side to do whatever he wants, and so it's like you might as well just like, if I were Isaac, I would just throw an attack into Rhino, which is what he's doing. Looks like he interacted on the point to take a damage off of. Oh, okay, that's good. 3. Okay, so Rhino has full health though, 6 health. So it looks like he's gonna take 3 damage. That's good. Wow. So Goblin does some decent work here. Throws through 8 damage on 1 activation, and he is healthy. So if Rhino advances, kaboom, kablooey, he's gonna take another damage from the size 2 over there. If that's what happens. So that's why TGlord looks like he doesn't end up. He doesn't end up advancing. I believe that's the idea. If you move, you're dead. No, that's not true. But that's not true mathematically. But all right, whatever. All right, that's All right, let's see how TGlord responds here. The question is, do you YOLO in your Rhino into his Rhino and throw that size 3 into his Rhino who's got no brace? It sounds pretty juicy. His Rhino hasn't activated yet, and he has no one there to punish him very much for the maneuvers. I think he's figuring out how to get there. Sandman's kind of body blocking him. He can't just stampede. He would have loved to be able to stampede and just attack Rhino, and he's unable to do that. Here's the thing. Maybe if I was the TGlord's Rhino, I would have taken that advance because it would have put him in a position to stampede, and that size 2 terrain destruction wouldn't have killed him even if he blanked out. So that is my thought. My thought is that he should have actually taken the advance. Now that we're seeing what the chain of events that are unfolding here, where he's having trouble getting the range 3. You know what? Actually, obviously, I'm seeing the line now, and it looks like TGlord can get this with careful maneuvering. He can hit a stampede. The stampede will actually also trigger trick or treat, I think, which is so it's like all that out. The effort to avoid trick or treat might actually end up not working out in his favor at all. Let's find out. All right, we're waiting. We're waiting. This is where you have to be extra careful with your placements here. You don't want to bump into Sandman and disrupt your entire plan. So let's see if he is able to go through with it. Oh, look at that. And he doesn't destroy anything. Does Goblin pay 3 for Trick or Treat? That's the question. Oh, did he not? He maybe didn't have the line there. Maybe he didn't have range 2 on the terrain. I would have loved to see him measure that. Looks like he missed it. Okay. Oh, he definitely had range 2. I'm seeing it. He definitely had range 2 on that terrain. He could have blown him up. Maybe you definitely should do it because Rhino only he'll be at he'll have taken a damage, more damage. And he has all the power in the world to do anything he wants anyway. Alright. Rhino has stampeded. He now attacked, and the attack did 1 damage to Isaac's Rhino. Now the Isaac's Rhino is advancing off aggressive, doing an aggressive off of the attack. Just a couple of rhinos just hugging it out. Okay. So that was the first attack. We're going to see TGlord roll a 5 dicer here. I think, or did he have to take a move action? No, I think he's rolling again, right? Here it goes. Yes, 3 more. Isaac takes 1 more damage. Oh, sorry. Hold on. We missed a terrain throw in the middle of that. So that was the terrain throw. Now he's taking 2 damage from the terrain throw. Now here's the 5 dicer. And TGlord gets 5 out of 5 with 2 crits coming in. Oh my goodness. Rolls 7 frickin' successes on 5 dice. Love to see it. That's Marvel dice. And yeah, Isaac's Rhino is you're out of here. Ouch, that's pretty rough. Okay. He gets to place before damage. So this is why they're resetting the board state like back at 10 seconds or whatever, so that TGlord can place as far away from possible, as realistically possible, from Black Panther and Sandman, so that maybe he lives and scores the piece. Okay. So, are we going to see? What are we gonna see here from? Is Sandman gonna go? What's Sandman gonna do? He's gonna take 2 damage. He's gonna place out a grunt. Okay. All right, we're seeing a roll from the grunts here, I think. No successes. 3 blanks and a fail. Not what you want to see. Oh, here we go. 3 crits and a hit. Takes 1 damage. Oh, he's going to use leadership, so he's taking 2 damage right now. It does not convert, so 2 damage goes through on Rhino from the sand hand. So we have an advanced or push trigger off of that. Oh, I'm liking what I'm seeing here. Maybe I don't know if it's good or not. I don't know if is it gonna hit. He Isaac would need to hit a triple success, trick or treat or tricks and traps, in order for Rhino to actually daze from this. But you're in. You're in. Here we go. A trick or trap, tricks and traps from Mysterio, paying 3 on Mysterio. There it goes. Let's see if he gets 3 of them. Oh, he only gets 1, so Rhino takes 1 more damage. And he gets Mysterio to advance. Mysterio gets to advance. Look at Mysterio is rotating on the D shape here, out of activation rotation. All right. So now Sandman's grunts have done both everything they can do this round. So now we're gonna see Sandman. Oh yeah, he's got the range to move and attack. So he just needs to put 1 damage into Rhino. All right, so he's not able to get onto the point. So Rhino's gonna be Rhino's gonna be attacked here. I think he's in range to be able to pick up the piece. Oh, is he opting to just move again? Okay, no. So currently on the board we've got TGlord with Crystal on his back point, his home point, holding a virus, and we've got the Rhino who is looking like he's about to go down, holding the other one, and on the low flank we got Panther and Goblin, where Goblin's holding a piece. Panther yet to activate. Sabretooth on TGlord's home point yet to activate. So there's still decisions to be made and rotations to be made. Looks like we're getting a Sandman attack into Rhino. Black Bolt is kind of isolated on the top by himself with Mysterio in the middle of the two flanks there, so he can go either towards Black Bolt or rotate back to Isaac's home piece. We get no damage on Sandman. That's just a real bummer. You really wanted to see Rhino with no defensive tech because he has 1 health left go down, but it isn't what it. My Rhino has rolled like that. He's rolled like a god in a few games recently, and it can just win you games when your tanky characters stay alive. It could also just make you lose games slower, which has happened. So okay. Hmm. So interesting thing from Isaac here is that I don't remember where Sandman was, but I would have checked to see what Sandman's like range 3 attack was because you could have aggressive back onto the point after the whole Mysterio thing. No, because Mysterio could have just tricked and trapped you again. So never mind, that wouldn't have worked. That probably wouldn't have worked. I was just gonna say like that Isaac's home VP or secure is like no one's on it. So the Rhino with the 1 health left, who's gonna die anyway, might have been a good spot for Rhino to aggressive onto if he could have stayed out of tricks and traps. Um, so I don't know if there was a position though that would have got you outside of 3 Mysterio because you needed to do that as well. Because Black Bolt of course can now he's got the power to be able to just annihilate Mysterio. However, I'm realizing now as soon as he gets within 3 of Mysterio's gonna dip. So if he doesn't though, if Mysterio's unable to get successes on his tricks and traps, Black Bolt is just going to freaking mess him up bad. He's gonna just annihilate him. Oh man, yeah. So that's how you live with Mysterio when you play Mysterio. You're like sometimes it's a rider dying on the tricks and traps trigger. All right. So TGlord's deciding if he wants to go with Black Bolt or Sabretooth. He wants to shut down Mysterio. That is the main goal here. And he's trying to figure out the best way to do that. What I'm seeing is there's no real actual best way to do this. There's like you just have to um, put someone into Mysterio's threat range and see if he gets lucky on it. I would personally go with Black Bolt here because Sabretooth is basically protecting Crystal, and she's holding two. She's representing two VPs on the board. So you want to. You're going to. Hmm. Oh, also that's actually. It's funny that I say that, but Black Bolt actually has a bodyguard, and so TGlord probably found the even better play, which was bring Black Bolt over to protect Crystal, and then have Sabretooth be able to rotate later. I think we're gonna see. Hmm. Man, Sabretooth can just move, and then throw Goblin off that point if Black Panther leaves. Oh man. Isaac is seeing if he can pick. He can kill Rhino, and then move onto the flank. He. All right, he's gonna go for the Rhino play. Of course, that makes a lot of sense. You have to take him off. You do have to take him off the board, or else your game is not gonna go well. All right, he got him. So now he gets to pick up the book. All right. Mr. also rolled a blank there, so he didn't actually have to lose any power to. I guess it was a builder, so you just gain it. Yeah, but anyway. All right, so Mr. gained extra power from rolling the blank. Looks like he can get there, but the camera angle is not friendly. Oh, he's out. I think he's out here. But I can't tell for sure. He might be in. Too much terrain in the way on this map. All right. I'll have to contact the manager. Who's the store manager for this frickin' map? All right. So Black Panther gets last activation here. The question is, do you... What do you do? Like, do you rotate someone? I think you rotate Sabretooth to where Sandman is. Or, I mean, you could even put him where Mysterio is, probably. He's tanky enough that he won't... and you can just... There you go. Yep. TGlord's seeing that. Mysterio's injured. Yeah, of course. Now, it all makes sense now. Mysterio is injured, so therefore, Sabretooth's just going to win the point. Win that... TGlord's looking to get a range 3 spender, which gets you a place on the attack. Potentially is looking for that. But looks like he's out of range, maybe. So he has a pounce. Sabretooth has a pounce here. Maybe it was intentional for him to be outside of 3. I'm not exactly sure. We're getting a tricks and traps, which is these are kind of a bummer against healing factor characters. He takes 1. Sabretooth because they are just going to heal the damage anyway, which is what's about to happen here. So maybe Mysterio should have been where Sandman was, just because. Because then Sandman, with all of his grunts, could have like punished, like had thrown like 6 attacks into Sabretooth, and maybe that gets him. Through exceptional or something. I'm not entirely sure. But Isaac was smart about it because he knew he would lose the point anyway if standing beside Sabretooth, because Sabretooth could throw him. So now that's not happening. Healing factor on Sabretooth ends that, and Panther now to go. Panther can't win the point where Black Bolt is, but so the question is, do you put him in? Do you put him into the mix? I think you probably have to at this point. You can also Panther can displace Black Bolt, which would allow him to attack in a crystal without the bodyguard issue of that Black Bolt provides the Inhumans player. So therefore, you might be able to like get that extract off of her. Okay. You are sacrificing a VP to do that though, but let's see, the score currently is sitting at 3 points for Isaac and 3 points for TGlord. So let's see what happens next here. That's probably gonna be a 3-3 round at this point. Okay. We're seeing custom upgrades go into Goblin. He's playing it probably on Quicksilver. So this game is scored 3-3, just like I said. 12-6 is now the score. And custom upgrades on Ock. So TGlord has priority here. Interesting, Quicksilver can like maybe get away from Doc Ock, but he has the ability to. But maybe the thinking is Isaac's on thinking on his side that like he can out rotate, or he can he's got other problems to deal with that he can't deal with Quicksilver right away. I'm not exactly entirely sure. Uh, Man, I think you go with Quicksilver anyway here, and you spend her into Goblin because you get maybe you don't. I guess the main thing that TGlord would probably be doing here is looking to see how he can score 4 points cleanly, and I'd put frickin' Quicksilver where Black Bolt is. He's paying 3 power. He paid 3 power. He should have paid 3 power here in order to move long again. So he's basically rotating way to the side of the board where Goblin can't get him. Sandman now has the ability to rotate. He has 3 power on him now, so that's pretty cool. We'll see if that comes into play. Okay, so Mysterio's now tricks and traps in Quicksilver. Let's see what he gets here. Isaac is rolling, and we've got no successes. It does get a blank, so he refunds some power, but not what Isaac was hoping for there. All right, so Quicksilver is now spending 4. I'm not sure what the 4 was for, but he rolls a big roll. Oh, okay. The 4 was the spender, and he paid 2 for Mysterio's lowered shields. So Mysterio rolled only 1 success. He takes 4 damage, and he plays Can I Borrow That to take the asset directly onto Quicksilver. He has no power left, and he has no actions left. Quicksilver, I don't. Yeah, because he did a regular move. He did his speedster, and now he did his spender, and the medium move off the spender is the last part. So, yeah, get on the point. Mysterio at 1 health, so he's gonna have to activate here. But it's so you got to take that piece back from Quicksilver. Maybe. That's I guess like that's the thing. That's the thinking. Oh, although Quicksilver. Oh yeah, Quicksilver only has one health on one damage taken. He can pay. Why didn't Quicksilver pay to heal? Maybe he did or something. No, he. Oh, hold on. How did he take damage there? Oh, that was an attack. I don't know. Actually, was that a second tricks and traps? Yeah, it was. Okay, it was a second tricks and traps. So Quicksilver should have just paid to heal that off. I don't understand why he didn't. I guess. Um. Oh, he's gonna do it now because it was still resolving the tricks and traps. So now, there it goes. All right, perfect. Now that's Quicksilver done. Now it's Mysterio to go. And so now Mysterio is going to attack into Quicksilver. There it is. 4 dice Mystic. Quicksilver is rolling 3 with no rerolls. Let's see what Isaac can do. He gets a decent roll here. So he's rolling 3 with a crit coming in. So there's 3 successes. It makes him reroll the shield. Does Quicksilver take 3 damage here? He does. Alright, we're going to see an advance on Quicksilver, which is going to trigger tricks and traps from Mysterio. And if Isaac can get 2 successes here, it's going to be pretty big. It's going to let him rotate Mysterio back to his home extremist. So let's see if that ends up being the case. He only gets the 1. Oh man, that's tough. That means Mysterio will have to take a second attack action into Quicksilver. What am I seeing? Oh, okay. Yes, and Quicksilver will be able to run away a little bit, right, with his can't catch me situation. And so this means it's really Isaac has to account for that, which is of course it's a tricky thing to remember and then do. Okay, let's see what we've got here. Mysterio's thinking about what to do with the second action. Okay. Alright, so here's the second action, followed by this is the can't catch me. He's going to try to break line of sight on Mysterio here. So let's see if he's able to get away with that. Oh, that looks like it might break line of sight. Quicksilver is able to do this because he has wall crawler, so he can like move over terrain as if it's nothing. You might just have to rotate Mysterio away. I'm not entirely sure. Can you see him? Oh, he was able to. Oh, he tricks and traps him again. Okay. Yeah, I think that's what we saw actually then. So he moved, and then he tricks and traps him, and then he died from the tricks and traps. But like, all right, so there we go. Mysterio is now moving as far away from Sabretooth as possible. And grabbing the virus. Alright, there we go. It's a decent workout of Mysterio. Basically, if anyone gets within 3 of him, he can probably advance onto the point. Let's see if that happens. So I think a key thing here is that Black Panther needs to get the legacy virus here, because we're seeing Sandman and Mysterio like might be able to like hold on to this. The plan that Isaac has here is he's able to hold on to this home D with the virus, maybe with the slipperiness of Mysterio. You could also patch him up with Sandman, right, to put most of the damage off of Mysterio, and use the yeah, that's pretty much it. And then we have Goblin holding two VPs on the bottom, so that's four VPs. And then of course, if Panther's able to flip the script here and displace both of the other two characters, you're going to see him win that point too, which would put them in a and like it would put Isaac in like this like very strong favorable position. So let's see if so the game can definitely flip on its head here if things don't go right for TGlord, who rolls a tricks and traps. Oh, so this is not optimal because Sabretooth Sabretooth is gonna kill Mysterio here almost certainly, right? Because he's gonna do his range 3 attack that um that Sabretooth has a range 3 attack for 2 power, and he's gonna have enough power to pay to lower Mysterio's shields. So you just gotta put him closer to Sandman. Don't give him this virus. You gotta bring the virus to Sandman so he can throw 6 4 dice attacks into you or whatever it is, a million 4 dice attacks into you and get you. Yes, that's right, Mysterio. Yes, smart play. Okay, so now Sabretooth gets to go, and he's also Isaac did a good smart play here where he put Mysterio in a spot where Sabretooth cannot get on the point, and if he does attack Mysterio and Mysterio lives or something like that, because he has the place, and the fist, the sand hand is gonna block him. Okay, so the question is Sabretooth going to just give up on the point, or what? What is the plan? Very interesting. Mysterio only has 2 power now. Actually, now that I see, I don't know what happened there, but yeah, so Mysterio only has 2 power, therefore he can't tricks and traps again. He's vulnerable. Just go into frickin'. Come on, buddy. Come on, TGlord. Just go into him. Yeah. He's. What's he doing? He's moving to within 2 of Mysterio. That's just a move action. He's throwing Mysterio. Oh, okay. There we go. I see it now. He's doing the guaranteed damage. Alright. That makes a lot of sense. And Sabretooth picks up the piece. So, would it have been better to just throw? Okay. I guess, like, you could have been greedier. Hmm. Alright. I don't know how we got that second action. Because maybe. Oh, he only did. I'm not entirely sure how exactly the chain of events that happened there, but um, I must be missing something. Maybe he did actually do a pounce somewhere. Maybe that was the pounce. Duh. So he pounced away. So that makes sense. Yes, yes. Yeah, I caught up finally. So yeah, very good. So now TGlord's looking at he's looking at like 2 VPs are in a really good spot with Sabretooth holding one and Crystal holding one with Black Bolt 2 bodyguard. And he's like looking like he could rotate Crystal up to get the top secure maybe if uh if Panther has already gone. Black Bolt could displace Panther if Panther goes too early. I think basically, but I think that the key thing here is if Isaac holds his Panther activation to stop whoever's on this point from winning the secure. Maybe that's like my guess as to what's going to happen. So let's see if that's the case. We're looking at Sandman looking for a teleport off of one of his grunts. And we also have Goblin looking to potentially rotate. And is he rotating the wrong way? So Goblin does have a virus, so maybe you don't want to put him in harm's way. But all right, at this point, you're now relying on Panther and Sandman to get some big damage through or something like that. I would not be surprised to see Crystal now rotate to where Sabretooth is. Um, hmm. That seems like the obvious, straightforward play to rotate Crystal, but maybe there's something else that I don't know if TGlord thinks of something else here. He could also slow Panther, right? He could. I don't know. That doesn't really help because Panther's gonna just stand on the point and try to dominate it basically with the auto pushes. Okay, so also Crystal's looking to maybe kill the grunts. I don't think that's possible. I don't think they're angled in the right spot. So yeah, I'm trying to think of any other lines that I would maybe see, but you definitely don't need to move Black Panther or Black Bolt because if he gets one more power, I'd even give him a power from Crystal actually. If he would be able to do a spender, which would get him an auto place, so he could avoid any action economy issues. It looks like Crystal's opting to rotate to the bottom section of the board. Um, does Sandman have a terrain throw? I don't think he does, but I would have put him like in a spot that was like more awkward for Sandman to like get line of sight on Crystal. And in this spot, like he'll be able to. Okay, let's see what he does. And then of course Sabretooth can maybe punish anyone who tries to go after Crystal next round. So like you got protection. Whereas like if you spread out here, um, because I don't think you're winning more than one secure because Panther gets to go last. So TGlord's looking at making the call. There's the transfer onto Black Bolt. The 3 power is key for getting his spender online and getting that range 1 place, so that he's got some action economy. And then we've got so we've got Crystal going on to cover here on the size 2. So good placement there. You love to see it. And now we've got Sandman and Panther to go. Sandman's not on a point. Panther is. Panther's fast. He can rotate. I think you go with Sandman here. Put both the grunts as full forward as possible within range 3 of Sandman. Teleport Sandman off of one of his grunts. That kills the grunt. But you now can do 2 attacks in a Black Bolt, maybe. I don't know how good of attacks they are because I don't remember his card at this point. Sabretooth is also holding a piece, but you're going to get. I'm looking like you're getting 0 attacks into Sabretooth off of. Maybe you don't go into Panther. Maybe you. The problem is exceptional healing stops any sort of hope for you of killing Sabretooth at all. You have to like one shot him twice in this position. Even like it's just brutal. Actually, you could one shot him the first time because he doesn't have exceptional, but it's just like 7 health. I don't know. The problem is either of these characters at this point have taken not enough damage for any of these positions to feel like a likely outcome for getting a big swing. Sabretooth is holding a piece though, so it's like maybe you put all your dice into that situation. It looks like he's considering Panther early. Panther only has 1 power. Yeah, you could just kill Black Bolt here. Okay, so I don't know. I think I like the Sandman rotation better. Than Black, like at least like attack Black Bolt with Panther maybe. I don't know. Maybe that's bad, but Panther Panther has thrown 0 attacks this game. That's kind of a bummer to say that. It's just like because like you expect a lot more work out of Panther, but he's been unable to get his sequencing optimized. So you need more. Obviously, you need more out of your 4 threats than just rotating around in most cases, with these affiliations at least. And of course, like Sabretooth is getting work done for a 4 threat, and Black Panther's rotating. So that's the only thing that's like one thing I noticed. But it's tough. Games are games are tough. There's a lot. They're very puzzly, and you can't always find the best routes. And sometimes you make plays that are not optimal, and you lose. I do that a lot, so that's how I'm an expert at this. I'm an expert, yeah. I'm an expert at making mistakes. All right, so let's see if looks like Panther's in a spot where Black Bolt could not reach him, so he's gonna have to double advance to win that point. I mean, I think we see that because TGlord is like, sure, I'll put all my characters together in one ball with an extract lead. Like I think that Isaac's given him the opportunity to do that. Maybe there's beam potential from Sandman, but mm, you've got the bodyguard to like stop Crystal from being displaced at least, maybe, or I don't know. I'm not entirely sure. Just a double rotate. All right. Either way, you're scoring 3 VPs. It's better to have your team all together, I think, because of the bodyguard on Black Bolt. But I'm not entirely sure. It seems reasonable. You're afraid of double beam by Sandman if I put Black Bolt with Crystal. Yeah, no, I get that. I think that you're so far ahead on points at this point that like you're gonna score to. Can he hit a double beam from and this activation? I guess I don't know enough about Sandman's card to understand the risks here. So I guess like if you lose Black Bolt this round because you just bodyguard like constantly with him, I don't think it's a problem. I think that you would just do that. You'd score 2 VPs, go to 14. Hmm. You just need to score. I don't know. Yeah, maybe you could lose enough. You might be able to lose enough momentum to then slowly have Isaac squeak the game, take the game from under your strong position. So I'm not entirely sure. We've got to move on the grunts. Yeah, yeah, that's fair. That's fair. It's oh yeah. Okay, so he's gonna move again here with the sand hand within range 3. It's gonna allow Sandman. So he passed. Okay, so Black Bolt just stayed there. So that's reasonable. That's reasonable. It means that there's no opportunity for him to get Miracle Dice and like completely shut you down, no matter what you're scoring at least 2 VPs, because he's not going to be able to take out Sabretooth and Crystal, or he's not going to be able to take out Black Bolt and Sabretooth, or Black Bolt and Crystal. So there, all of the options like to double kill are just like off the table. Okay. And then all Sabretooth has to do is run away, and Black Bolt. Um, yeah, I don't know. Maybe there's like a. All right. So now we've got a teleportation from Sandman. It's going to place within 1, I guess. I don't remember the rules here, but it must be a range 1 place if that's what Isaac is doing. Okay, so yeah, I could now see. Now I'm seeing what you were saying, TGlord, about like the risk of the double beam risk is obviously now I can see now why it's a thing, whereas before my inexperience with Sandman didn't see this exactly. All right, Isaac is gonna win this secure with a movement of Sandman, so he's gonna be so Isaac's gonna be scoring 3 points here. So it's a currently a 3-3 game. So the key thing is that if he gets Crystal here, he would obviously switch the score. It would be a uh, two. It'd be 14. It'd be a 14-10 game, which is still I think TGlord is still in a very strong position because or a relatively strong position if that was the case. So let's see if let's see if Isaac can get it done. He's rolling. Must be doing a builder then if he's that close instead of a beam, because he's already won the point. There we go. I think the move action on Salmon here was a mistake for him. He could beam her, push her towards, and then build her. Yeah, yeah. Now that you're right. You're right. Actually, I think that it would have been a better play. Yes. Um. Yeah, I agree. All right. So does she live? She lives on 1. Hoo. Yeah, you're right. Look at that. If you got a second attack into her, he probably odds are he gets her after that first one went so well. So yeah, that would have been big. I don't know if it would have been enough, but it would have been. I don't know if it's enough, but it would have been a nice play. Okay, so it's 15-9. It looks like, and it is. All right, so I'm seeing. Let's say he gets Crystal and Black Bolt, and Sabretooth runs the corner. He's got 3 models, so he can score 5 VPs, go to 14. So I think at this point you can just run away with Sabretooth. Sandman does have 3 power. I just think you would run Sabretooth to the corner. I don't see why you wouldn't here. Or Crystal. I guess you run Crystal to the corner. So what is she doing here? She paid 1 to Sabretooth and then healed. Alright, okay, yeah. The corner or... Alright, you're setting yourself up for a beam here. But there we go. Crystal rotates, heals twice. The healing twice is decent enough. So now we're going to see Sandman do the thing he just did last time. He's going to go for the double beam. So let's see here. If he gets 3-6, yeah. The most Isaac can do at this point is tie the game if he gets all 3 legacy viruses, or he could put all 3 legacies on the same character. Ooh, that's pretty spicy. So he could win if he stacks the viruses. And he also the only way to do that obviously is to kill all of your characters. I wonder when the points for virus happens. Does it happen like after you score your normal VPs? And I think it does. So that means he would have to board wipe you, or displace Black Bolt after he does notice he could displace Black Bolt after he's activated, and then kill Sandman and Crystal, drop their pieces, but either way, don't even have enough movement to pick them up like with your characters. Panther, you don't. All right, so that's out of the question. Okay, so double beam has to be it, right? You just have to roll. You have to get through 6 damage on Black Bolt through 3 beam attacks, and then 1 beam attack has to hit Crystal for 3. Okay. The other option is just hitting Sandman for a bunch. This would allow Black Bolt to rotate if he wanted to, maybe, or I guess he doesn't really have that many good rotation options. Um, hmm. All right. So we're seeing the grunts. We're seeing a grunt move here to do another teleport from Sandman. All right, so he's going to get to where he wants to be again. And get within 3. There it is. Going to see Sandman teleport. There it goes. All right, lining up the beam. All right. Here it goes. Paying 3 power. Is this like is this a spender then? Oh no, that was the 3 power for the placement. Okay, he just paid for placement. Now here's the beam. Okay. So let's see it. He needs to roll big here. He needs to does Black Bolt bodyguard sit? Oh no, he pumped his dice for Black Bolt. So this is a Black Bolt pump. 2 successes, 2 blocks, no damage. All right. Uh-oh, the win conditions are getting tighter and tighter here. I think they're already they might already be over because it is either way. Let's see what happens. No damage on Black Bolt again. All right, so now he's got to do the beam and one-shot both the characters, and that's not going to happen. All right, so Sandman doesn't do any damage here. Oh, that's tough. He did no damage to Black Belt at all. He just like the thing is now he's got 1 attack into Crystal though. So he's got a free attack into Crystal because Black Bolt has no power for bodyguard. He has no power for bodyguard, so you don't need I think there might be a question of leadership reroll here, but you don't. I don't know what that would accomplish really. It wouldn't accomplish anything meaningful. Um, just roll into Crystal, take the piece. All right. Let's see if he can get Crystal here. Rolls nothing, and she could. We need a crit conversion, but we don't get it from Sandman, so that's gonna keep her alive. Lives on 1, and she gets a pushed because the damage went through on the beam. Okay, so yeah, this is just if Sabretooth should go into the corner here, but he might just attack. What am I seeing? I maybe the he did the crystal beam first or something. Okay, I'm not entirely sure what part of the attack is. Maybe this must be the last attack on the second beam. Oh, he probably. Oh, I see what probably happened. After all of the first attacks were expended, um, then he went with Crystal first because Black Bolt had no power. Okay. So there goes Sabretooth rolling to the corner. And so Black Bolt maybe just like heals on the extremist. There's no way Goblin can kill both of them. So as long as Crystal and Black Bolt are alive, there's just like too many threats here to deal with. There's not enough actions left in the game for Isaac to do anything. So this is this is gonna be I think there's no mathematical outs at this point now that Sabretooth is completely gone. Here we go. He's got to move, pounce into Sabretooth, and then attack. But that order sequencing there is messed up because he's just gonna exceptional. Yeah. So yeah, there's nothing. There's no mathematical out here. As soon as he moves Panther away from Sabretooth, I don't think there's a mathematical out. Could Goblin hit Sabretooth? With it and then hit and run back onto the point. But then Exceptional is online anyway, so that would not work. So as long as TGlord plays Exceptional Healing, if Sabretooth is targeted, then there is no mathematical out for Isaac here. He is his spider foes ran out of gas, unfortunately for that for his team. Man, it's a tough game. I think I don't know enough about spider foes to be able to make any sort of serious feedback on the team. Panther just needed to do more than he did. It's like the only thing that like was noticeable to me that was significant. All right, Crystal lived. Oh man, that's just like a salt in the wound situation. Goblin rolls an attack in the crystal, and she also survives that. All right, do you heal crystal? Do you heal black bolt? That's the question here. It doesn't really matter, but let's find out. Yes. So as we're wrapping up this game here, congrats to TGlord for winning and going 5-1 in the Swiss League. He played different affiliations every week, is what he mentioned earlier, and that's pretty cool. So that's I'm looking forward to seeing your games in the cut, representing the Montreal meta, and yeah, it's going to be pretty exciting to uh, see what you got. I know you've been in the cuts before, so I know you're probably hungry to make it far into the game, maybe to the finals if your dice and your team cooperate with. And yeah, of course, there's like 37 players, so getting deep into the game will not be easy. But you've already made it. Like you've made it through 6 rounds, or I mean, you already were qualified. But man, you just have to win uh, up to 5 or 6 games in a row, and that's it. If you can do that in the elimination rounds, you're the champion. All right, there we go. That's the game. 16-11 final score is what they've put it at. So there we go. We're gonna call it here, guys. Thank you for watching, and we'll catch you next time.